Hi, welcome back to Me and Mon Ami, and this week's video is a little bit different because I am now 2 days away from sitting my French driving test theory exam, and I have to say this thing is driving me absolutely crazy, and it's probably driving Mr. Boo a bit crazy too. But I'm now going into Monaco for my final hour of tuition on the theory test, well, in this video you're going to find out whether I pass or fail, and right now I would give my chances of passing a rate of about 10% because it's one of the most infuriating things I've ever done. Things I don't care about.
Well, don't do it then.
Now, Mr. Boo, we've been practicing on this French theory test app for the last ruddy month. It feels like multiple months. I mean, that's a complete example of a trick question. I've had this question in other contexts. Should you clean your lights? Should you clean your registration number? The answer was B, C and D, except this is a different picture, and miraculously you can see your plates, so you won't want to clean them. Well, you might want to clean them anyway because you just might like to be a clean person, so you can stick that up there. God, I hate it. Just tell the viewers that I am not being melodramatic and making up how hard this thing is.
It is very, very hard. Melodramatic? You?
No, but it is rock hard, isn't it?
It is really difficult. It's really difficult.
You know, I mean, it's not just that I'm doing it in a foreign language and, you know, I admit my rubbish French is entirely my own fault. But it's the fact that you speak good French and you still can't translate half the questions.
My excellent French doesn't make it any easier. It is very complicated.
It is very complicated. It's not least complicated because many of the questions have multiple right answers. It's not like saying, what does this sign mean? What does that sign mean? Should you overtake? Yes or no? Etc. And they are trick questions. They deploy double negatives. They deploy images where suddenly you'll say, well, I'm, you know, yes, I definitely should overtake, and then suddenly you realise you're pulling a ruddy caravan, and the only way you can see is this tiny little pair of neck curtains in your mirror.
I've demanded a certificate for air quality, you know, the Crit-Air stickers.
Yeah.
But I've still not received the sticker.
Well, that's just France.
I can travel in restricted areas with the bill. I can travel in restricted areas without the bill. I attach my seatbelt before turning on the vehicle. As soon as I leave my house.
What, when you're walking down your drive?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to walk properly if you had a seatbelt on.
Or as soon as I am
in circulation. So first one is before I turn on my vehicle.
Yeah.
There you go. I failed already. I'm not even halfway through.
This sign signals
a test impenetrable. 24. So I've improved by how many?
By 3.
3. I'm going to be here till Christmas. You might be thinking, oh, I think he's making a right fuss out of this and it can't be that hard. And, you know, to be honest, there have been times when I thought that because, as a friend of mine pointed out, well, it can't be that hard if 18-year-olds can pass it in France. However, when I spoke to my translator the other week and booked him, without prompting, he said this. He said, study hard. He said, because I know from bitter experience how low the pass rate is. So I think he's had lots of Brits like me who are already driving and have gone into that theory exam and have come an absolute cropper.
Your driving licence.
Well, they can't cancel my licence. I haven't got one.
Okay, imagine if you have. Imagine how.
Well, that's not going to happen.
But would your first offence be? Well, you probably shouldn't.
Points.
Points. An annulation, a cancellation of your driving licence for 5 years, a fine, a confiscation of the vehicle.
So fine.
A fine and a confiscation of the vehicle.
What's happened to this? He's in a Citroen of me, this fella, look, it's fogged up. Now, I think it's fair to say there's been the odd fallout over this. Wouldn't you agree?
I would say I can barely see out of the windows for blue language.
Yeah, I've edited most of the really, really bad language. There have been many times when I've said I'm not doing it. It's partly, I say, my brain is not suited to this kind of thing. It's difficult because I've been driving this thing for 2.5 years, and there is a bit of me going, well, I can drive, what's the point? And you know, the reason I'm doing this test is not because we want to get rid of Elton and drive a proper car. It's that I'd like to have a go at driving other microcars, and that at some stage I'd quite like to hire a car and take everyone, you included obviously, on longer journeys. Now on Friday I am doing the test at 9 a.m. at the prefecture in the I was going to say the far end of Nice, but actually I'd rather say the arse end of Nice, right out by the airport. It's where you got to get your visa. It's a pretty grim area at the best of times, isn't it? Yeah. I have booked a translator at a cost of £80. Only every 6 weeks seemingly, do they do a test where you're allowed to have a translator, but the test itself is not in English. So anyway, we're going to go into Monaco now. I'm going to, I guess, do what will be my mock exam, won't it? And you know, I need to get 35 out of 40. Now, I got to tell you, the best I've done on the app, which is a random replication, I think, of the actual test. So it just fires up these scenarios, these questions. The best I've done is 28. I've been nowhere near, and this morning I was labouring at about 21. It is fiendish, and I was talking to a professional driver the other day, a haulage driver, British haulage driver, and I put him through some of these questions. He had not got a clue.
No, we've done it with various people who have passed their test elsewhere, and they cannot believe the craziness and the diversity of the questions.
Yeah, but let's go into Monaco and see if I'm anywhere within range. Well, you can see it's all set up for the Grand Prix, Mr. Boo, look.
Indeed.
In a few weeks. E-Prix, Vintage Prix, Grand Prix. And we need to get into our pre-car park. I hope we can still do a left. Is it here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it definitely is here. I think you can.
Well, how handy is that? They've resurfaced it, haven't they? As they always do every year. It's unbelievable. And this bit always gets resurfaced. Bit they had left over for police station. How many spaces? 1. Oh. Is he going to take it? Do you think?
I don't know.
Why is he just sat there?
Because he was waiting for the private parking to open, because he's private.
So we've got to find the 1 space remaining.
Oh, that sounds like a Mia Mon Ami challenge.
That's hilarious. I must take this one because you pay up at top. Well, we can't park in them, they're all reserved.
They're all reserved, including reserved for your
driving school. Mm-hmm. Bon conduit. Oh, somebody worse at parking than me. Look at this. Go for it, lad. Lass. It's a senior lady. Hey Twigs, where should we park?
Oh, no,
yeah.
Next one down.
Oh yeah, next one. I'm going back up. This really is the battle for the last space. I wonder if that Super Grand got it. Do you remember Super Grand?
Down.
Is that one?
Yeah. Pay attention.
Super Grand. Do you remember it? Was it a cartoon? Super Grand, Super Grand. Oh, get in. 517. Your time is up. Right, time to meet our maker. Look at this, very regal colour for that Twizy, isn't it, Mr. Boo? Now, are you going to go and take Twiggy shopping at Gucci and Armani and Navy?
Yes, he wants to pop up to the shops to do some window licking.
In Casino Square?
Oui.
Make sure she don't cock her leg up on any expensive shops though, won't you? We don't want showing up.
No.
So you're going to do that and I'm going to drive myself further crazy. I really am not looking forward to him laughing at me again for my rubbishness. It's blowy. Oh look, there's a billettery over here for the Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah.
Wish me luck.
Bye. Good luck.
Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio. It's Gracie Fields, that, you know. She's still going, Gracie Fields. I used to like Gracie Fields. Vera Lynn, the Force's sweetheart. And there is the torture chamber, otherwise known as Monaco Bon Conduit. Good driving. Not when I'm there. Might have a final look at me practice. Oh, see, I can't even translate. I have to do this, and then I have to seize it, and then I have to do this, and I go translate, and then I touch it. It's raining slightly. I'm travelling too fast. Yes or no? I exceed. Yes or no? So in other words, I go past. Yes or no? It's raining slightly. I'm travelling too fast. Yes, I pass. No. Oh God, got that right. I'm on the way. What did Alan Bennett used to say? He used to say, I think red's a common colour. I think it was in relation to ketchup bottles in a cafe though. But you did have a point. Everybody seems to like that grey colour over there. I can see my English speaking instructor stood outside. He's waiting for me. Waiting to garrote me. Skewer me. Point out my failure. See, they even do Citroen lessons in here. That's me, that classy driver. There's Neil Hamilton, look. 28 Rog really would be trouble. For sure. Well, there you go. I actually feel worse having done that than better. I got, I would say, 50% of the questions wrong, at least. And I wasn't alone. And, you know, sometimes that's my ignorance. Other times, you know, I'm told that the brake lights are on a car. I look at the picture. I cannot, for the life of me, see whether the lights are on or they're just red plastic. And it's those bits, and it's the trick questions of it that absolutely infuriate me. I have never found anything so damned annoying. The only people in there who were any good at it were two 16-year-old girls at the back. It probably says it all. I just said to the instructor, shall I bother sitting the test on Friday? And he looked at me and he went, well, you can try. I guess that's what I'll do. And now it's raining. Yeah, I just find it absolutely exasperating. I can't. I never felt so defeated by anything as this. And yet I've been driving safely for 2.5 years, but you know. So what? Now lost the car. It's going well. What did you buy, Mr. Boo?
Bought a little blouse.
A blouse?
I'll feature it in the video.
Won't be a video. Where are we?
That's 517.
So we're both totally wrong. Oh God, I've paid now. It won't let us out if we take much longer. I hate multi-story car parks. I hate everything to do. Are we in the right car park? They want to... Where? Oh, so it was 317. So we were on 3 though.
Yeah, but you couldn't see it because you're too far forward.
Oh yeah, it's because it's tiny. There's 1,500 questions in the thing. I mean, there's one question, literally, it's the picture that does me. He's going, you know, you have to react because they've all got their brake lights on. I said, they haven't got any brake lights on. They have. How do you see it? Another one where somebody's indicating, you can't see it on the picture. The American girl who was there said, I can't see it either. Absolutely infuriating, literally to the point of just not wanting to do it. But there were none of us
3 channels started.
were anywhere near. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing it for the 30 quid. It's just having to waste 80 quid feels... But, I don't know. You know, which way out is it?
Exactly.
That way. To waste 80 quid feels a lot. 30 quid's fine. Yeah, I don't do it so. But I just don't think I'm anywhere near. In fact, no, I know I'm not.
Fighting it like an octopus through there.
So, after an obscenely early start, it is the day of judgment, Friday, 7:45. I have to say, we did about 4 hours on this ruddy app yesterday, and well, it's probably the closest we've come to divorce. What's that thing they say about never learn to drive with your partner? So what's it got, a desk on the roof like we had?
Yeah, the best way to take this desk home from IKEA
Is what? Straps? Elastics? Knicker elastics?
Bungees, regular ropes, or proper straps, you know, straps. D is straps. Straps. No. The best way.
Oh, there's
the
only
best
one.
way.
What's tonders?
Tension. I don't know what they are.
Oh, I don't know.
It's straps. It's straps.
I don't know. It's straps.
It's like what we've got from.
What, bungees?
No, like what we've got from a handy rack, like a proper strap.
Strap on. So straps.
Straps.
Songles, like songliers.
Yeah,
I remember
the
that.
best thing to do is use a songlier.
Songlier, right? That's how I remember it. Things I don't care about.
Well, don't do it then. I'm trying to help.
Well, let's do it again. I hate it. Safe to say, at about 7 o'clock, finally managed to pass. In fact, I got 39 out of 40. But then, subsequently, I thought, wow, I've got it, I've cracked it. I carried on. I got nowhere near. I was back down to 30. So, really and truly, it all depends on luck. I need the right questions to come up, because when I got the right questions, I got on a roll. It was like doing the lottery. I was bang, 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 bang. And I could have almost got 40. But I've not passed since or before. And I've got to be honest, I found the whole thing so depressing that I just couldn't look at it again last night. So there you go. I know I'm making a fuss out of it, but anyway, we are headed to the Centre Administratif on the far end, otherwise known as arse end of Nice, right out by the airport. It's difficult to get into at the best of times, and it's not very pleasant. But anyway, I'm due there at 9 o'clock. I've set off early so as not to be late, and in the hope that I can force myself in the car park to maybe do another 40 minutes on this app. Something that puts everything in perspective. This morning when I got up at 6:30 a.m, I opened the emails, and there was a heartbreaking email from one of our long-term subscribers who I've never met, and just telling me why he'd not been commenting on the vlogs, and it was because his life partner had died. And he wrote very movingly about how he was getting back into watching the channel because that was part of the routine and what they always did, etc., etc. And as he said, carpe diem. So big sympathy from me and Mr. Boo to you out there. I'm not going to name the person, but you'll know if you're watching this. Yep, as he said, carpe diem. Oh, I stupidly went over the flyover and I should have gone under the flyover. I often read on Facebook of expats struggling to get into this place. I can see why. I mean, I've done it before, but I'm still lost. So here we go, Centre Administratif to the right. Here's hoping. Right, we've got half an hour to revise. So from here on in we're going to have to film on the secret specs for obvious reasons, because it's so difficult to get out. Now it seems to be the wrong bit. Oh, you can tell I'm not looking forward to this, can't you? This car park is bizarre, to put it mildly. This isn't going to get me out. Oh, for God's sake, how do you get out? Well, I've just been in the queue to get a visa. It is the most complicated place, and I'm not just saying that because my French is bad. He was asking me for my rendezvous when the other guy was really nice and then just went, no, you're here for your driving test. Oh la la. I think they've put these lines on the floor to try and make it easier, or they're just for fancy, I've no idea, but I think he said follow the line orange. Oh God, I have no idea where I'm going and I'm already late now. So apparently it's in Bâtiment-Charon. I'm still following the orange line. I mean, I may not really put these on the floor, but it's Orwellian. Is this Bâtiment-Charon? So I am seeing Bâtiment-Charon. I think I've parked in completely the wrong bit. Oh. So this is it, I think. Well, just come out of there 2 hours and 9 minutes after going in. What I hadn't accounted for was the fact that, it wasn't just been translated into English, it was been translated into Turkish and Arabic, and I think one of the languages I couldn't even recognise. So every time a question came up on the screen, it had to be delivered to everyone. The good side of that was that you got a much longer period to actually give your answer. I was 10 questions in when I realised that I'd intended to go for a P. And I was absolutely bursting to wee for the last 30. And again, I just thought it was going to be quick. Anyway, we got to the end of the 40. And you've got these little plastic handout things that you then give back that have logged all your scores. And I thought, that's it, we're going to leave. And he said, okay, we now come up and I give you your result. So, because I'd read it was going to be like 2 days. So I went up, other people went up, some passed, some failed. I went up, I really, really, really didn't think I was going to pass. I needed 35 out of 40. There was a long pause, and then he went, well done, 35. So I cannot believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it, because genuinely I didn't, even when I was in there, I didn't think I passed. So as usual, I took it right to the wire. And there was a bit of a scandal because one lovely girl who did pass complained about the Turkish translator because she wasn't very good, and also she was very late because she was running in at the same time as me and couldn't find the building. Anyway, the miracle has occurred, and I can now start actually driving on the road in Monaco and Menton and attempt to get my license. I'm now going to meet Mr. Boo, and I'm going to take him for lunch. And I know you're going to scream and say, why aren't I taking you? But we're just going to have this one for us. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give us a like, please give us a comment, please think about buying us a coffee. It really helps support driving. But most of all, folks, remember, stay charged and have a wee before you do a driving test.
I've demanded a certificate for air quality, you know, the Crit Air stickers.
Yeah.
But I've still not received the sticker.
Well, that's just France.